Hello Commanders and welcome to this video for Infinite Lagrange. Today we want to talk about some very interesting things, and this is one of the first videos where we talk about specific blueprints or ships. In this case we start with the big ones, battle cruisers and the Constantine the Great. Before I go into the detail, two things. First, I will also use again data from Null Pointer. I have it a little bit modified to give you a better overview and everything. And the other thing is, if you did not join the Raffle yet, I link the video for the Raffle. So if you didn't join it, check out the video, join the Raffle. It will run till next week. Then I will choose the winner of the Raffle. So there's still time to join in. Now let's go into one of my favorite battle cruisers, or honestly my favorite battle cruiser, Constantine the Great. Why do I like Constantine the Great? It is it just everything matches. So we do have a middle row battle cruiser here against large ships, and it can strike back row ships. It has energy weapons, and all of this sounds really great. But as soon as we go into the detail, we have the energy weapons. There are two energy weapons mounted here. So we do have, there's one energy weapon mounted here, by one. And we do have carriers first, battle cruisers, and then cruisers. And why is this so good? So when we take a look at the secondary weapon, the Gamma Storm projectile weapon, there we have two mounted, which does a nice 850 base damage, and this is not yet upgraded or increased. So if we take a look there, we do have exactly the same attack priority. There are no battleships yet, so we start with carriers, then battle cruisers, then cruisers, and that means both of the weapon systems have the same target priority. So the full firepower, anti-ship firepower of the Constantine will go on the same targets, and that is something that is very nice. There are also additional systems you can install. I will not go into the detail of these because I want to make a video for everyone, and there won't be many people who have a choice to install different systems. So I can install one system here that gives me additional cannons. The problem with these is they have a complete different attack priority. If you have the option to install these systems, you see how much damage they give you, which is a big deal. So I would recommend you to install them. If you are a whale or someone who already plays so long and so much that you got the Constantine 3, 4, 5 times and you really can choose between the systems, that's a different story. We will go probably sometime later into these, but today we want to focus on the Constantine, how everybody can use them, and very likely most of the people will not have multiple additional systems to choose from. Maybe you're lucky, have one or two, but yeah, let's go into the detail here now. So the first thing for every ship that you use a lot when you know it is to upgrade the weapon systems. We have two weapon systems here, the Gamma Storm. So you go there and you get your additional 30%. The great thing here is S1 is a projectile or a missile launching, a kinetic weapon system, and the other one is an energy based weapon system. They do not use the same tech files, and you don't have a conflict there. So upgrade them as soon as possible so you get your additional 30% damage. This is already nice for the ion cannon, but it's even more important for the Gamma Storm weapon system because that will increase your damage per hit, and that means you will have less losses from enemy armor. We already talked about who we're going to target first. So first we will target carriers, and carriers do have a base 120 armor and a base 15% energy shield. For the calculation today, we will assume the worst case, meaning you get the additional 10% from the energy resistance that you can skill, and you do get an additional 150 armor, bringing you up to 25% energy resistance and 270 armor on the carrier. The CV3000 and the Solar Veil are the same there. We will use this to determine what are the best system enhancement you should get, and in which order you should get them. And to go there into the detail, we will now go and look at this Excel sheet. As said, I did modify it a little bit already to show the DPM and the DPM per tech point based on the reduction of carriers. If we talk about front row ships, it will get even worse. If you go fight a front row ST-59 fully enhanced with full armor, with full energy resistance, there will not be much damage coming through. But let's take a look at the main targets, the carriers. We want to take them out as fast as possible. And as you see here, we do have the Gamma Storm Ion Cannon. The damage per minute per tech point is pretty low there. And that is because overall we reduce the damage here by 25%. For the Gamma Storm projectile weapon, we do assume that you can cause crits. So that's why I put this one on the highest priority, even if it does not have the highest DPM per TP. But all other skills are assuming that you can cause crit damage. If you cannot cause crit damage, all these numbers will drop down. So if you ask me, the first thing you should skill is the reactive explosive warhead. And it gives you a really nice 722 damage per minute per tech point you invest there. It needs a total of 12 tech points, so that is quite a lot, but it increases the damage dramatically and it is really worth it. After this, we have to take a look into increasing our hit rate. We know that we going to target heavy large ships first, and adding 15% additional hit rate gives you a lot of additional damage. So honestly, when I was looking into this, I was surprised how poorly the Gamma Ion Cannon attack system performs. I was expecting it to have much higher impact, but if we take a look at our ship, we have 9,000 anti-ship per minute damage from the Gamma system, and we have 24,000 from the missile launcher. So yeah, that makes sense that every point we put into the Gamma Storm is worth more. And another thing you have to keep in mind, if the enemy has any kind of ship that can take out your systems, so talking about Vitas or the stealth Reliat ships, they will target the main weapon, the main system of your battle cruiser and take this out. So that's another reason why the Gamma Storm system is really the most important weapon here for your Constantine, and that is something many people do not realize. I also have to admit, for a long time I was focusing on the Gamma Storm Ion Cannon because it's the main weapon and hey, it's energy, so it is the best you can get. But if we really consider all the factors, I have to tell you the Gamma Storm is the system to go. And there, the first thing you want to do is you want to give your weapon a chance to crit. So you put your first points into this. This gives you a chance to cause 50% crit damage. That is really a lot and very, very powerful. Something we know from Null Pointer is you do 50% additional damage if you crit. The chance is 30%. Unfortunately, this is not shown anywhere here, but still, that's a lot of additional damage, and it will apply to all other enhancements you are going to add now after this. So the next one you want to add then is the additional hit rate. Your weapon does not come with 100% hit rate by default, so giving you an additional 15% hit rate really increases the damage a lot. So here we do have it. Increase weapon system hit rate against cruisers and higher class ships. We can see on the left side here, battle cruisers, carriers are included there. Now you can already see I do not have enough tech points anymore to get this maxed. Unfortunately, that's always a problem with the battle cruisers. Getting the tech points up there is a little bit more difficult, and that's the reason why it is so important to really look into the most beneficial skills to add up. Now, we do not see that the damage per minute goes up by adding additional hit rates. This is something, specific here. Also, we do not see that the damage per minute goes up by the crit rate. If you get something like additional damage, we see that you get 480. If you increase or decrease the cooldown, we also can see how your damage goes up. So this is very easy for the everyday player to consider that weapon cooldown is more beneficial than additional weapon damage. But let's take a look. What did we calculate here? If we take a look at the additional 10% and then take a look at the, where do we have it here, the cooldown, this is also confirmed in the calculations there. But as said, start adding the crit, even if it shows a little bit lower DPM per TP here. Honestly, it is the most important thing, because else you have no crit chance, and then increase the hit rates that you really always hit the enemy, especially the carriers, and take them out as fast as possible. So, as said, I did not realize all these things from the beginning. I think some of you might also not know about this, and I'm very, very glad that Null Pointer put in the work and did these calculations. As said, I just modified it to compare it really to the main target's defense, so the 25% energy reduction and the 270 total armor. That's the only thing I did to make sure that we do have the right priorities here. And as I said, never forget to upgrade your weapon systems to get the additional 30%. That's the most important thing. I know it takes really long. Make sure that you don't go over the 100%. And then just go through it till you are at 30%. So as usual, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I will continue doing videos for more of my favorite ships. If you have a specific ship you want to have reviewed, write it in the comments. I will read all the comments, and if I see that one of the recommendations or requests, one of the requests has a lot of thumbs up, then I will for sure see that I can make a video about it. I will check with Null Pointer, if we don't have the data yet, that he can provide the data. And same as I did it for the Constantine, I will check the attack priority and I will give you the overview of the modules that really gives you the benefit based on the role this ship plays, based on the enemies this ship attacks first, to make sure that you really got the perfect setup you can get. So yeah, last word, join the Raffle, still have time till next week. I'll put it in the description, as well as I will pin a comment there, and then I hope to see you at the next video again.